DragonLance took a truly original approach to magic in its campaign world, but I don't think anyone would truly understand the toll it would take on the denizens of Krynn. Welcome to another DragonLance Saga episode. My name is Adam, and today we're going to talk about the Wizards of High Sorcery. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and you can further help this channel and pick up DragonLance gaming materials using my affiliate link in the description below. Though the following information is pulled from advanced Dungeons & Dragons game source materials, there is a significant amount of information drawn from the novels as well. If I get anything wrong, please leave a comment below. The three gods of magic dominate Krynn and infuse it with possibility and wonder. In the Age of Starbirth, when the gods were aligning themselves with the pillars of order, Solinari, Nuitari and Lunitari chose to align themselves primarily with magic and secondarily with their fellow gods. With the coming of the All Saints' War, the gods of magic chose Krynn rather than retreating to the heavens, and revolved around the planet, granting power to those willing to follow them. They were offered time to walk the surface of Krynn and seek followers. When they discovered their apprentices, they bestowed each a key to the lost citadel, which lies beyond the circles of the universe itself. It is herein that the gods taught their apprentices the foundations of wizardry. 1. Wizards are brothers to the order, and each order is a brother to power. 2. The places of high wizardry are held common to all orders, and no sorcery can be used against fellow wizards therein. And 3. Outside the towers, wizards and orders may make war with each other as they see fit. It wouldn't be until the first Dragon War that the masters of each order would formalize and bring unity within the Lost Citadel's palace and fortress, far removed from Krynn. They then created the three orders of high sorcery. Solinari, god of good magic, founded the Order of the White Robes. Lunitari, god of neutral magic, founded the Order of the Red Robes. And Nuitari, god of evil magic, founded the Order of the Black Robes. A wizard's true loyalty must lie within magic, and magic alone. It is the sole reason it has remained in Krynn despite the rigorous efforts to remove it. Though wizards may take sides in conflict and act to destroy each other in battle, when on neutral ground, the conflict will be forgotten and discussions of magic ensue. They would even work together to defend magic itself and destroy renegade wizards. The three gods of magic, in the form of the three moons of Krynn, granted enhanced magic to their followers when in high sanction. Lunar alignment enhances this gift of power even more. Low-level wizards aren't strong enough to gain these gifts of the gods of magic, but once they have passed the test of high sorcery, they can feel the waxing and waning of the moons. Magic users are instructed by Conclave-approved Master Magi, and do not need to declare their affiliation with a god until they are an initiate. It is at this point a magic user must decide to either remain a low-level initiate their whole lives or devote themselves to magic and undergo the test of high sorcery. If they do so, they travel to the Tower of Wayreth, declare their affiliation, they're assigned a master to apprentice under, and take the test. Magic in Krynn is incredibly powerful, and using it takes a toll on the wizard. You must know going into your test that failure means death, but success means an unlimited possibility of power. Each test is customized to the individual and is based on how the wizard uses the magic they know and how they will use the magic they will learn. Responsibility is essential to the wizard. Using it for good or ill is fine, but not irresponsibly. This is why some races are barred from its use. The test is a literal life pledge to magic. The test usually consists of 3 phases, covering their knowledge of magic. They must use all spells known, face 3 tests magic alone cannot overcome, combat an ally, and face solo combat against a wizard of greater strength. They may bring companions to the test, but their safety is not guaranteed. Wizards may change orders based on their life experience and goals, but it takes a toll on them, and the gods will punish them appropriately by removing their lunar blessings for a full month. The Dragonlance campaign setting is designed to heighten the balance of conflict between good, evil, and neutrality. This is seen in magic as well. The Wizards of the White Robes ultimately gain more power, but gain it slower than its brother orders, and they must focus their magic for overall good. This is manifested in spells not working or his power granted by the moons being removed if he strays from his path. Wizards of the Red Robes gain power faster than white, but slower than black, though they do have access to the widest range of spells. And Wizards of the Black Robes gain power fastest of all, but it's their nature to hit their ceiling of power sooner than the other orders. Renegade Wizards are magic users who live outside of the law of the Tower of High Sorcery. They represent an imbalance to magic. Each order deals with Renegade Wizards slightly differently, but all are dealt with immediately and effectively. White Robes will attempt to capture and/or report the Renegade, only destroying him as a last resort. Red Robes would try to capture him and, if unsuccessful, destroy him. Black Robes would attempt to win the Renegade over to his side before destroying him. If captured and brought before a council, the Renegade is offered a chance to join the Order or be cast out of Krynn and the circles of the world. The Orders of High Sorcery are ruled by a representative council of 21 wizards called a Conclave of Wizards. 7 archmages of each order serve as a delegation to the Conclave of Wizards. The Conclave convenes in accordance with the moon cycles to discuss routine as well as urgent issues. One of the 7 delegates from each order serves as the order's master. Once a master is chosen, he or she serves for life, unless convicted of a serious breach of loyalty by unanimous vote of that order's delegation. The master of the Conclave, the highest official in the Order of High Sorcery, is elected from the 21 Conclave delegates. The Wizards of High Sorcery primarily operate out of the Towers of High Sorcery. There were 5 originally on Ansalon. They were built by ancient wizards as centers for craft and learning. They were located in the 5 ancient cities of Krynn: Palanthas, Wayrith, Istar, Daltagoth, and Goodland, or the Runes. They were generally designed the same, but ultimately with cultural flair. The central complex was surrounded by a field or garden. The Tower of Wayrith dwelt in a trans-dimensional field that allowed it to appear within 500 miles of its original place in Wayrith Forest. The Tower of Palanthas was surrounded by Shoiken Grove, which emanates a perpetual fear spell. The other towers are more obscure in knowledge, but I asked my personal friend Astinus of Palanthas, and he relayed that Daltagoth was surrounded by a field of sleep, Istar was surrounded by a field of forgetfulness, and Goodland was surrounded by a field of passion. Fighting is prohibited in all towers, punishable by death. The Tower of Wayrith is not discovered. It discovers you. It is the most restricted, as the Masters of High Sorcery decide who may enter. It cannot be entered by astral travel or the outer planes of existence. If someone is wanted within the tower, they have little choice, as it will manifest itself to ensure their entry. If you enter the forest without permission, you'll need to explain yourself quickly or be attacked by the forest itself. The tower differs as it contains a great central hall where the conclave convenes. The only entrance to the hall is by magical invitation. The walls are black and covered with runes. It is absolutely indestructible. Not even the cataclysm dented it. There are no guards at the gate, and once inside, you enter a huge courtyard, seemingly empty, but filled with wizards and initiates going about their travels. The Tower of Palanthas is surrounded by Shoiken Grove. Only one uninvited guest has passed its fear, Taslov Burfoot, as he piloted the Flying Citadel. Dalamar the Dark, when he became master of the tower, protected it with a dome that prevented any physical assault. Originally, it was the most beautiful tower, and it's the location of the Dragon Orb's creation. It's similar to Wayrith, except that it features a laboratory rather than a great hall. During the Age of Might, the King Priest of Istar grew fearful of the wizards' power and turned the population against them. Rather than destroy the citizens of Krynn, they decided to sacrifice 2 towers, Daltagoth and the Ruins, and turned the third, Istar, over to the King Priest as a bargain to keep the other 2 towers unmolested. At the beginning of the ritual to turn the tower over to the King Priest, his representative, an evil wizard, was driven insane and leapt from the upper window, impaling himself on the spikes of the tower's gate. As his life's blood drained into the earth, he cast a curse on the tower, preventing anyone living to inhabit the tower until the Master of Past and Present returned. And that is as deep as I'm able to go into the Wizards of High Sorcery in this episode. I'll return in future installments to dive deeper into the subject. Do you have any favorite orders of High Sorcery? How about a favorite wizard? Is it too much of a pain to track the moons of Krynn during your games? And what do you think about the Order's reliance on the spheres of magic? Leave a comment below, subscribe to this channel, and like this video. You can support this channel and pick up some Dragonlance gaming materials by using my affiliate link in the description below. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the Dragonlance Saga, and I hope you'll join me in the celebration. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with Dragonlance Saga, and until next time, remember, here's to trying. Rhymes with dying.